you ever wondered why it is that when you're insulted or something bad happens to you, you're stuck thinking about it? It lingers with you for days, weeks, months, maybe even years. Today, I want to talk to you about negativity bias. I'm hoping that by explaining in just a few minutes what this is, you can change your way of thinking to counter it, to not let negative thoughts rule your day or ruin your day. So, right off the bat, what exactly is negativity bias? Okay, well, negativity bias is our brain's hardwired way of focusing on the bad. Our brain is naturally drawn to bad news, to accidents, to people getting hurt, to people insulting us, to people saying bad things about whatever they want to say bad things about. Whatever is bad, our brain is drawn to. It's what we focus on. And we do this in a ratio of 3 to 1. And what I mean by that is for every one negative thought process or cognitive thought we have about something, it takes three positive to counter it, to achieve balance in our mind. And in relationships, that ratio is actually 5 to 1. For every one negative thing that happens in that relationship that gives us a negative thought towards it, it takes five positive to counter that, to again achieve that balance. Um, and again, those are numbers scientists came up with. John Cacioppo, PhD, is the lead of the team who came up with those numbers. And I will say, in my own opinion, we're all different. So you may not fit those numbers per se, but that's what the research says. So you might be like, okay, well, when did this start? Why am I just not hearing about it now? Well, this started when we started as a species. All right, as a caveman, everything could kill you. So when you left your cave, mosquitoes, rocks, trees, fast-moving water, predators, these are all bad things. So you couldn't fall from a tree, obviously. You didn't want to scrape your foot on a rock. You didn't want to step on something sharp. You didn't want to get eaten. You didn't want to eat the wrong berry, so forth, so on. So bad, 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 bad. Your brain was focused on all the bad. Um, so that being said, since the beginning of time, we've had this. It's been there. Okay, so you might be like, okay, well, if it's part of what we are, why do I care about it now? Why should I want to change it? Well, I'm going to give you two quick examples. Just think about these, and you'll see what I mean. Why you may not want to let negativity bias rule your life. First one's going to be a job. All right, say you got this job. You start off, you're hardworking, you're at it. You want to impress people. You want to do well. Okay. 10 years down the road, this person's late all the time. That person doesn't do their job. This person doesn't help me do my job. That person asks me to do things that aren't even my job. This person doesn't even know what my job is. That person took my parking spot. So forth, so on, so forth, so on. Before you know it, at the end of the week, every Friday, of the weekends, you're just like, ugh, I don't want to be here. I'm not happy. I don't enjoy this. If you're at that point, chances are you've let negativity bias take over. You might also need a different job. I don't know. But chances are negativity bias is taken over where you got so used to the good that you no longer consciously see it. You only see the bad. And because you only see the bad, your quality of life, your enjoyment of that job has declined. And if it goes on long enough, your work performance may start to suffer. You might still be good at your job, but because you've let negativity bias take over your thought process, your work performance may start to suffer. Second example is an easy one for most people to think of: a relationship. Think of a relationship you've been in or you're currently in. And then think real fast, what are the good and bad qualities or scenarios you've had with that person? And most people can remember or recall the bad ones faster than they can recall the good ones. And that doesn't mean there's not a lot more good. It's just a simple fact of our brain is drawn to the negative. What are the things my partner does that annoy me? What are the things they do that bug me, that bother me, that just rub me the wrong way? Okay, and again, that's your negativity bias. That's your brain focusing on this is bad. I don't like bad, so I'm going to make sure I know what bad is. So now you're probably like, well, thanks, Rob. Now I have a name for my misery, negativity bias. Thanks. What do I do about it? All right, well, it takes work, but you've heard this before, and it's called, or I shouldn't say it's called, It's a saying that has been passed on through generations, and it's find the silver lining. Find the silver lining. And in the military, we were taught about it, and it's called hunt the good stuff. But it's essentially the same thing. For every bad scenario that happens, there is silver lining. There is good things in it. Every scenario is different, and some are harder to find than others, but it's there. Okay, and it may not always be available right away. It might take some time of enduring whatever you're going through to get to the silver line, to see it, but it's there. And if you don't find it and focus on it and consciously make an effort to find it, you're going to let that negativity bias rule, and your mood's going to be all off because you're always going to be in the negative. So, and I'm going to use this example of me using the silver, looking for the silver lining, and it's an easy scenario. I hit a deer about 2 weeks ago, and on my way back from San Antonio to home, and speed limit in Texas 75. I was doing about 80, and I clocked the deer good. And my immediate thought was, I take care of my vehicle. My immediate thought was, damn you, Mother Nature. Like, really? Really? I take care of my vehicle. I work hard to make sure it looks good. I work hard to maintain it because I don't want a new car payment. And that happens? Really? Thanks. Thanks. I didn't even think of the fact that I didn't see the deer. It just literally was, thank you, Mother Nature. You're so awesome. Well, about 10 miles before I could pull off and check the vehicle, and in that 10 miles, two thoughts I was able to get in my head to kind of get my negative under control. And the first one was, my vehicle's still running. There's a lot of people out there, when they hit a deer, their vehicle isn't drivable. You know what? Okay, that's cool. I'm still driving. I'm trucking away. And the second one was, my family's safe. Like, first I was like, I'm still driving, and my family's safe. I don't even think my kids woke up. Like, I didn't even hear them. Like, flunk, deer went flying and nothing, not a peep. Okay, that already got me into a, you know what, I'm not going to like seeing this, but it's okay. So when I did finally stop and pull off, get out, check the damage, again, it still sucked, but I saw it and I was like, you know what, this is tolerable. You can do it. It takes a conscious effort to find the positive. It takes a conscious effort to look for the silver lining, but you can do it. We can all do it. So go out there, know what negativity bias is, know when you're having negative thoughts, and fight back with positive thought. Thinking, positive thinking. Find the silver lining, hunt the good stuff, have a good weekend. Thank you for listening.